What is going on, you guys? This is Ryan, back again with another episode of Pack and Play, and today we're going up against Blam 720 with his Green Bay Packers squad, with a bunch of 70s, bunch of 80s, and a couple of 60s mixed and matched in there, so it kind of looks like my team. But anyways, this video is going to be more so dedicated to Madden 16, which is about a month away at this point. You know, some videos I'll do live commentary, some videos I'll talk about the gameplay, and then other videos we'll talk about Madden 16, just to keep it a little bit fresh and get your guys' opinions on Madden 16. So if you guys have been noticing, if you guys follow EA on Twitter, they have been releasing some Madden 16 ratings. I'm sure you can find them on a guy like Cullenberger's channel. Cullenberger loves to inform you guys on the new stuff coming in Madden 16 and show you guys the ratings and stuff like that. So if you guys have been looking at that, you will notice a pretty significant rating decrease in everyone's speed. Guys that were super fast in previous Maddens like Jamal Charles, Antonio Brown, you know, it just goes on and on of how slow people are now in Madden. And I'm not going to use the word slow. I don't know why I use the word slow. Like Jamal Charles, for example. Jamal Charles is usually around 96 to 98 speed in Madden. He's been 96 to 98 in Madden for the last like 5 years. Now, in Madden 16, they have decreased his overall speed rating to 92 overall. That's a pretty big hit. That you're going to go ahead and think to yourself like, okay, Jamal Charles is one of the fastest players in Madden, period, but now he's only 92 speed. So guys that were 92 speed in previous Maddens, let's say like Matt Forte, now all of a sudden Jamal Charles is as fast as Matt Forte was the past couple of years in Madden. So what in the world is EA trying to do here? They have a new rating guide, by the way. The old rating guide, which was Donnie Moore, called it quits this year. He said he was done, moving on to bigger and better things, hopefully. But the new guy apparently wants to change the overall, speed rating of players. How is that going to affect Madden? Like I said, a guy like Jamal Charles being 98 speed the past couple of years is now 92. And now we have guys like Marshawn Lynch that are usually around 90 speed, maybe 91 speed at the very highest. He is now 85 speed. I mean, it's kind of weird to think about. Speed has been dominant in Madden since I could remember. Since I've been playing Madden, with friends and stuff online, speed has been the key to people's success in Madden. If you're faster than your opponent at receiver, if you're faster, your running back's faster, if your quarterback's faster, you're going to outrun, most everyone's defenders, and you're going to be able to play very, very well with that player. Now it kind of makes you think, okay, well, if Jamal Charles is only 92 speed and a guy like Matt Forte, for example, that we were saying, maybe he's going to be around 90 speed, it's not going to be such a massive, increase to go to Jamal Charles. Like, yeah, everyone wants to use Jamal Charles because he's so quick, so agile, so fast. But now if you look at Matt Forte, let's say, like I said, he's 90 speed. DeMarco Murray, there's a confirmed name that's 89 speed. So now DeMarco Murray, 89, Jamal Charles, 92. A lot of people would say, all right, let's use Jamal. He's way faster, but DeMarco Murray may be a better runner. He's going to, be able to break a lot more tackles and stuff like that. Now a lot more people will probably decide to go for DeMarco Murray. And then, again, for example, some of the rookies like Kevin White. Kevin White for the Chicago Bears is rated at 94 speed. So they have him as one of the fastest players in Madden thus far that we know of. Guys that are probably going to be, 94 speed or above, maybe Patrick Peterson. We just saw Antonio Brown today was rated at 90 speed. So Antonio Brown, one of the fastest players that I personally know of in the NFL, and he's usually super quick in Madden, is only 90 speed now. Des Bryant was released. He was 89 overall speed rating. And they didn't even show Calvin Johnson. So it's just kind of like weird to see. I know this is kind of like a weird video topic to talk about, like speed ratings, but how do you guys feel it's going to overall like change Madden? Is it going to make it so that more people go for guys that aren't, the fastest players? Because usually Madden is dominated by speed. A lot of people want to use quarterbacks that always have high speed, Robert Griffin. Now a lot of people are going to probably want to use Marcus Mariota. He's 88 overall speed. Guys like to use Russell Wilson. He's always quick. But maybe now it's going to affect it to the where you could actually use guys like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, even guys like Drew Brees and stuff, and actually play very, very well with those cards because you don't have to worry about always having someone super fast. Like, I'm sure speed will always have an impact in Madden, no matter how they play it out, no matter how they try to change the ratings. I'm sure that speed will always overcome anything. I mean, to a good player, speed really doesn't matter too much, but to, most players that play Madden, that's one thing they flock to. They see, like I said, Jamal Charles, maybe an 89 overall Jamal Charles. They'll go for him over a 95 overall, I don't know, like LaShawn McCoy, because LaShawn McCoy may only have like 90 speed, but Jamal Charles, at 89 overall, has 98 speed. Why not use Jamal Charles? Why not have the edge over your opponent and have the faster player? So just a little topic I wanted to bring up. Maybe you guys have any, thoughts or opinions on it. Maybe it'll actually change the dynamic of Madden. Maybe it'll actually be a good thing, and maybe a lot of people will be using players that, they're not just reliant on speed, and they more so just want to use good players in Madden. So it's just kind of funny to see. I really wasn't expecting to see that when I saw the ratings. I remember my first opinion when I saw it, my first thoughts. I'm like, oh, they rated the running backs. Let's go ahead and see who they have up here. The first thing I saw was Adrian Peterson, and I'm like, all right. So they have AP at 95 overall. He hasn't played in a year, but, AP is a beast. I'll give him that. It's fine. I saw DeMarco Murray on there. I saw he was 89 speed. I'm like, wow. They kind of, lowered him a little bit. And then I saw Jamal Charles, and I'm like, 92 speed? Is that an error? Like, I'm used to seeing Jamal Charles at 98 speed. Like, it's so weird to see. It's so funny to me. Like, I've always been a Madden player that, if I'm doing fantasy drafts or something with friends and stuff, we always go for the super fast players. And, I'm going to go ahead and admit it right now. I'm one of the guys that loves speed in Madden. Speed is one of the things that I will always, want to have on my team. Like this Mike Tolbert, for example, that I'm looking at. I'm like, all right, Mike Tolbert's faster than Dante Rosario. Let's go ahead and just put him in there. He may have lower blocking, but he'll be a lot more fun to play with if he gets his hands on the ball. But anyways, guys, that's probably going to be the end of the video. Go ahead, give it a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for new. And if you have any other things you want me to talk about for Madden 16, I will do that in an upcoming video. And that's pretty much it. Peace.